Welcome back. This is the alto video for the Gloria from Haydn's Nelson Mass. One important difference is that we're now preparing to sing this movement as choral throughout. So we're going to sing in the solo sections, tutti, and that will mean that we can perform this without soloists. So for the altos, that gives some nice moments later on, but not initially. You get left out of the first little section, I'm afraid. I'm going to do this video in three sections, essentially. So first of all, from the beginning to letter B, and play through the alto line. And then I'll explain the others as we go through. One more general point before we begin. As we rehearsed before, the phrasing of this piece means that at the ends of each phrase you'll be making the last note a quaver with a quaver rest. So if you look at the fourth bar in the alto part, you let go of that E on the syllable O, make it a quaver and let go. And then we get the sense of phrasing. So let's do the first section, as I say, up to letter B. So here are the sopranos, and you come in after 2 bars. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. And that's you done for that first section, and I'm sorry so much of it is on one note, but Haydn wrote that, not me. Our second section is then from letter B up to letter C, so stopping just before your entry at letter C, so quite a short section. To remind you, in this section from the bar after letter B, the accents, laudamus te, which we did rehearse, they're quite important to the style of the piece. And similarly, as you turn the page onto page 18, look out for the sforzandi, which in singing are going to have a similar effect, I think, to the accents. Benedicimus, adoramus, glorifica. So just push into those. A nice crescendo through the last bar of the top line of 18, just to fill the phrase out. So here's that passage, the bar after letter B. Well, I'll play from letter B, in fact, so you get the context. So here's from B, and 1. And 1. 1. And 3. And that takes us up to letter C. Now, after all that singing on one note, I think it's a good thing that you're now singing the solo parts, because you get this next little section of 3 lines to sing, and we'll rehearse that in a moment. Just some other notes. Notice that when you get to letter D, because we'll go from here to the end, when you get to letter D, it's a forte entry on Domine Fili. Then there's an extra bit for you now at the bottom of page 21. Domine Deus agnus Dei. And those entries at the bottom of page 21 are piano. And then you need to grow in volume through the last bar of page 21 as it just makes a climax at the beginning of page 22. And then the rest of 22 I think is straightforward. So here we go from letter C, and I'll give you 2 bars before letter C to give you your context, and you're singing the solo Gratias agimus tibi. So 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's a nice little line. Then the sopranos take over. So let's go from letter D, a bar before D, to give you context. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, I won't play through these tenor bass parts. I'll go from letter E on page 21, 2 bars before you come in. E. And 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And we're at the end of the movement. You may want to just go over again that line at the bottom of page 21. I'll play it one more time now because it gets rather chromatic, doesn't it, in the last bar. So here's from the bottom line itself, from Domine Deus. Domine Deus agnus Dei, filius filius patris. And there we are, just a little something to think about there. Now you can go and find the video of the complete movement with the accompaniment.